All right. Welcome to another episode of the VALT podcast. I'm Joe. Vijay's here as well. Shaun is out of town. He's been out of town for a while. He's on a anniversary trip, and Robert is somewhere other than here. So it's just the two of us today, and we don't want to leave you guys hanging. We're sorry that we haven't been here every week for the past. We were not here last week. Everyone's out of town. Car Week's making us crazy. But we're here now. It might be a short episode, but I'm looking forward to it. Car Week heavy. So, Vijay, how's your week been?
Good, yeah. I was out of town as well last couple of weeks, and I was in Chicago, out there meeting some friends and having a good time. And it also happened to be the weekend where the IMSA Road America race was on. So it was just 2 hours north of Chicago, and that was like the straightest drive I've ever done, 2 hours, because the state of Illinois doesn't seem to have any curvy roads. So I went there with a friend in a W211 Mercedes diesel.
Oh wow, like a 320.
320 CDI. Yeah, I really loved the experience of driving that car to the track, although it was just like highways, and it reminded me of Joe's W140 and another Mercedes that I had driven before, which was the E55 AMG.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This definitely felt like a more refined evolution of the W140.
Yeah.
It had all the the whole hefty, nice feelings of diesel Mercedes.
Yeah. I mean, I had a W211 E55, so the AMG version of that car, and after driving it for a year, I realized the motor didn't matter that much to me with that chassis because it's not sporting at all.
Yeah.
And I've kind of lusted after that. And I've never driven one, but I've always wanted to swap that motor into the W140 because that one has like 220-ish horsepower, I think. And it's way better.
268, but the torque curve was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Just 5-speed, so long gears.
And it's just built to go like probably 85 and just maintain and just get like 40 miles per gallon.
It was just not consuming any gas.
Yeah,
which is
I'm jealous. I want one. And they're dirt cheap. You can get one for like $3,000. In my opinion, it's probably the best commute vehicle possible.
Yeah, and interestingly, this car is part of the 2 years of production where they just about did not have any big SCR or DPF exhaust systems. So
it's like
there's no need of DEF fluid addition in that, and there's no need of. I mean, it makes a lot more. It gives a better fuel economy also because of the lack of DPF as well.
Yeah. I know the older ones, like the earliest E320 CDI or whatever that you want, is like the best possible one. I know that when they get older, they start having issues, probably because of the DPF regen and all that stupid shit.
Yeah. So, this one's a pretty good example.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. That's fun. So what'd you guys do in Chicago?
Chicago, nothing car related. Just met some friends, and we just did some drives on the highway and got to drive a Boxster, which that guy had just bought and shipped over from Monterey for some reason.
Huh.
And got to sit in a GT4 RS as well. That was good. But the weekend, the main highlight was the IMSA race that I went to at Road America. So this track is like super old school, beautiful with no concrete runoff. It's all grass right after the trackside. So fast flowing, beautiful with a lot of elevation changes and stuff. And because of that, the race was, very frequently interrupted because of incidents, because it's an old school track and cars kept going off and stuff. And also because it's not the biggest race of the season, the crowd was very thin, so we got pretty much like a VIP experience at the grid walk and getting to meet the drivers, the cars up close and all that. It was pretty good. I instead of like spending time taking photos, I actually just enjoyed the whole thing and just experienced it this time.
Nice. I've never been to an IMSA race, but I've always wanted to experience one like at Laguna or something.
It's the best fan access for the money, I think. There's no gatekeeping at all. You can just walk into the garage and
makes
meet
sense.
people.
It seems more like grassroots, and even though the cars are ridiculously expensive, I'm sure, but it's just that's not F1,
Yeah, it's open.
Which is nice.
So that was my week.
Nice. Yeah. Well, for me, it's I'm just been doing car week prep. It's been insane. I'm working like nonstop this whole week and last week, getting cars ready. It's been really gratifying, but I've had no time for myself really. So like, the E28's still in the back of the shop, and it needs to like, it's that car has really soft paint, and so I detail it once a year right before car week, make it perfect, drive it, beat the shit out of it. It comes home and it's ruined, and I just don't touch it until
good thing
next car week.
I didn't wash it last time.
It's impossible to keep that thing clean except for that 1 week, right? So like tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have a little bit of time to do it. It needs like a nice buff. The car has been ceramic coated already, but the thing is so soft that it's just really hard to keep clean. And I'm actually entered it into a small show on Tuesday, which will be cool. Because I haven't
the kickoff party?
Yeah, the kickoff thing.
Nice.
I haven't. Fun fact: I don't think I've ever registered any of my cars for shows at Car Week ever since Vault started, because we've been doing so many car shows that I'll just go and enjoy them, because now I know what it's like to organize things like that. But this should be fun. I'm
Speaking
looking
of
forward to it.
Vault's car shows, Car Week,
Yeah, so we have our typical cars and coffee in the parking lot at Chili's, right across the street from what is it called?
Lemons.
The Lemons Concourse.
Lemons.
So that's gonna be really fun. It's 7 to 10 this year. We extended it an hour earlier because last year it got really busy immediately. Actually, when I got there with the tent, the parking lot was already full. So I wanted to try to beat the crowd a little bit this time. And another thing that's fun about this event is that for some reason, the show kind of keeps going after the event's over. I know it's Car Week and everyone's excited, but that parking lot really brings to life everything around the area. So the show is from 7 to 4-ish really. But we'll be there from 7 to 10. It'll be fun. There's a coffee guy this year making lattes and everything. So you have to buy those, but coffee on the house is, of course, regular coffee. But it's gonna be fun. We'll bring a speaker, make it fun.
And this year also we're partnering with Peninsula Cars and Coffee for the same.
Yep. Peninsula Cars and Coffee. They actually do this event every week
Nice.
at Monterey every Saturday. So they'll bring their crew. We'll bring our crew. It'll be fun. I think this is our third or fourth.
I've made. This is the third time I'm making poster for it.
So. Yeah, so it's our fourth. It's our fourth event because we did have someone copied and pasted a poster. But anyway, so it's our number 4. It's gonna be fun. I hope to see you guys there. So really my week's been good. It's just busy, and I'm looking forward to taking a week off and trying to enjoy myself during Car Week.
Yep. Yeah, even this year, I'll reduce the photography a little bit and just enjoy more.
Last year was just honestly not fun for me. I was so busy and things, we were all moving in so many different directions that it was hard to organize anything. And so I made it a real goal this year to do only the things that I really want to do and just completely enjoy them and not think about
not get burnt out.
Because I was burnt out last time. I was ready to go home, and usually I'm wanting to stay. So this year I'm trying to get that feeling back. All right, staying on the Monterey Car Week news, Steve McQueen's personal Shelby Cobra is going to be auctioned off at Car Week. I think it's a Goodings listing. And in fact, I know it's a Goodings listing. So this car is going to be insane to watch across.
I mean, all Cobras are generally expected to be close to $1 million, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be even more. Yeah. Original Cobras expected generally around 1 million.
Yeah. So they're saying the last 2 to sell over on Bring a Trailer went for $909.25, but Bring a Trailer is not Monterey Car Week. It just isn't. And it's also not. Yeah, so the tax is insane, and it needs to be insane because the buyer's commissions and the seller's fees on these are 20%, I think, or something like that. Don't sue me if I'm wrong. I think it's between 12 and 20%, which is insane. And this is Steve McQueen's car. This is going to go for an insane amount of money. Yeah.
It's probably at least 2x the.
Yeah, I was going to say. So they're saying don't be shocked if it exceeds 1.5. I would gather it would go for 3 or more.
If this was 2023, would probably easily do 3.
Yeah, this is a bad time to sell it. It really is. But I mean, maybe these don't get hit. This specific one is probably not hit with the market. Person who is a McQueen, nut will probably go for this.
They're insulated from the market trends.
Yeah,
I guess.
I'm excited to see this in person. We'll be at the Gooding auction. But yeah, So speaking of listings, I figured it would be cool to go through a couple of them that I thought were cool.
Yeah.
These were all from the Gooding auction. Most of my own opinion, I picked these because I thought they looked cool. But this one specifically,
Wow.
because of the color.
It's like a baby blue.
Yeah.
mirror.
So this isn't such a I don't know. It's like such a good color, such a looker.
It's probably
and so
the
it's a Miura.
best color I've seen for this car.
Yeah. So it's a Lamborghini Miura P400.
Wow.
Like a really, really nice sky blue, like really
So
like
classy.
next level sky blue. I'm trying to see if I can get
And
probably
it matches
black.
so well with the side thing as well.
Yeah.
The gray
This car is like so like someone is such a perfect choice in spec.
Yeah. What's the interior?
Looks like it's black,
Okay.
which is fine.
Tony.
You know,
Torino.
interesting.
Special.
I've never seen that badge before.
Yeah.
I wonder if Derek has that badge. I don't know. Probably not. But anyway, this color is amazing, and I'm actually really looking forward to seeing this car in person.
Wow.
This is expected to go for between 2 and 4, or actually no.
That's like the price of a SV.
Yeah.
2 to 4, yeah.
Yeah, I might be wrong with this.
Yeah, if it's a base P400, I'm guessing like
Yeah.
1 to 1.5.
yeah,
Okay.
2 to 4.
Maybe
Which
it's like 0 mileage or something.
yeah, Azzurro Cielo, which is sky blue.
Is it? How many miles is it?
Probably 0.4. Let me see.
There's no miles.
It doesn't tell you, which means that doesn't matter.
It's probably burned down and then replaced by the factory.
Yeah, yeah. There's an entire essay on this, but if you're interested, we'll link it in the show notes because this is awesome. So that's my first pick for just interesting lots that I found while working out the other day. This one is just funny because I think BMW is pushing this car too hard. I know it's an M5 and M5s are cool, but they're auctioning off a Pebble Beach Special Edition. So you get you get all of the 6,000 pounds of this car, 717 horsepower. You know the drill. It's orange with orange interior, which is stupid. But yeah, I mean, it's just something I thought was funny that they're really pushing this thing. I know that they're getting some bad press, but the wagon's going to be unveiled this week or next week. So I'm kind of thinking that the wagon's going to look better than this.
Yeah.
I think
The wagon definitely is going to look more proportional.
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah.
And it's coming to the States, which is awesome. It's never ever come to the States. So I mean, like, there's only been two other versions of the M5 wagon to exist, and neither of them have
E34
come here, so.
and E60.
E34, E60. Yeah, everything else it was like a kind of like just never existed. So it'll be cool to see the wagon. I'm not really interested in the sedan, but that's his life. And then my third is this 1953 Ferrari 375 America. I just love the way these early 50s Ferraris look in the front. Like they're so like non-sporting. This one drove a long way from Montana. You could tell it's probably in Montana. Look at the fields, but like it just looks like it looks like a other car from the 50s kind of, but like
Yeah, it's very understated and classy.
yeah, it's super understated,
Yeah.
which is why I like it so much. I mean, I think the America probably means GT. I don't know, actually. That's a good question to ask, like, Derek or something. But, yeah. It's America is for the most exclusive large displacement road cars. So it's the luxury stuff. But those are my cars that I'm looking for at the Gooding auction in particular.
Mm-hmm.
I have a thing for sky blue, I guess. But yeah, it's I'm really looking forward to it. I'm planning on going to a lot of auctions this year, just specifically because
we might even be able to submit some bids this year because of the market. How the market is.
Yeah, and we'll get to that later. I mean, there's some crazy deals right now in the world of cars. I mean, like, you're listening to this like maybe 48 hours after the stock market tanked like 25% and then bounced back like 10. So it's a correction, but like it was a very aggressive correction. And everyone was freaking out. I loved reading Reddit at the time because everyone was like, it was awesome. But I bet a lot of these cars a lot of these sellers are probably freaking out right now.
CarMax can't keep track of how fast they can reduce the price. So my friend has been getting emails every day from CarMax. He bought a car from CarMax, and every day they're like, prices are going down. We're slashing this, we're slashing that.
Yeah, that makes
even
sense.
CarMax can't keep track of it themselves.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I mean, like, it is what it is. Everything's going down. It's just how it goes. Over time, it'll do this. So Vijay found a couple from RM. So this is a 1959 BMW Isetta, but they're calling it 600.
Because it's the long wheelbase limousine version.
Yeah, so this is their limousine, which I probably gives you about 1 extra foot of
And
space.
a massive 26 horsepower this time.
26 horsepower.
Still doesn't have side doors though. You have to still get in through the front, I guess.
Yeah, you have to get into the front, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And surprisingly enough, this estimate 25 to 50 grand seems really cheap. I thought these were like at least $75,000 cars.
Yeah.
And the fact that RM is allowing this to enter into Monterey Car Week, because usually everything's heavy hitters, right?
I mean, these are just like display items for people who buy it.
Yeah, they're buying this car to put in their beach house.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how. If I had a beach house
Like a
in like
paperweight.
Miami or something.
It's like a paperweight for them.
Yeah. Put it in front of their car, make it look cute, let it rust
like
away.
have a coffee bar at home and then just put this in the middle or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was fully restored in 2024. Wow. So 70 grand in invoices. So this guy is losing money. Hilarious. Oh, and there's a company called Isettas R Us
Oh,
that he sourced parts from. That's funny. So that's one. I mean, I'm looking forward to RM too. I mean, RM is kind of snotty with like who they let into their auctions and stuff. They used to like let everyone kind of walk around it, and then the bidders got angry, so they put huge fences up to block everyone, and then everyone hated that, so they put them down. But there's still fences that are transparent now. So unless you have a media pass or a registered bidder, you can't go actually into the auction, which is kind of like where the fun is.
Yeah.
So we'll be there, but like it's the good thing you're exposed 100% to the action, so that's kind of fun. Like you can do everything there. So the second one that Vijay found is the LM002
color that I've never seen before.
Yeah, what is this? What color is this called? Olive green, original.
Interesting.
Wow.
Short geared, naturally aspirated V12 from the Countach.
Mm-hmm.
You have to refuel this every 5 miles.
Yeah, 350 to 450,000 also seems kind of soft.
Yeah. Last year or the year before that, the biggest flex I saw at Car Week was an LM02 towing probably a Testarossa and parked on the street.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was like the Car Week version of towing stuff with the biggest. Despite the interviewing officer.
Interesting. It comes with Paul Mitchell shampoo bottles for some reason. We'll link in the show notes. We don't have to get too deep into it, but it's a cool car. It's not something I would drive really, but like
this used to be the Cybertruck of its time.
Yeah. It's yeah. Oh, okay, that's why. It's the collection of Angus Mitchell. So it's the guy who made Paul Mitchell, or a relative of the Paul Mitchell skincare, hair care stuff. So that's fun. That's actually, I got to talk to Paul about that. Make a joke about it.
The other Paul Mitchell.
Yeah, the other Paul Mitchell.
Yeah.
Okay, so going into a reality of our marketplace, I found a crazy steal in my opinion. This is an E28 M5, but this E28 M5 is only 25 grand. Right here. So 25 grand gets you a pretty okay E28 M5. And
what are those wheels? Oh my god.
These wheels are Dynon Champion wheels. So these wheels never came on E28s, I don't think. And this is probably E36.
Yeah, this is better.
Yeah, that's what this should be like. I think these are also not factory, but that's what it should look like. But these wheels came on E36s if you got the Dynon, like if you like a Dynon S3 package or something, E39 M5s, E46 M3s. These wheels are extremely valuable. Like everyone and their mother, not on E28s, but everyone on their mother with E34s, E36s, E39s, E46s, all of them, like they all want these wheels because like they made a very few, they're a small lot specifically for Dynon highly modified cars. I don't know why they're on this car, but they're like really valuable. So for 25 grand, this is insane because 5,000 by itself is probably the wheels. So 20 grand for an E20 M5. You have to go to Tennessee to get it, but like,
is it sold? No, right?
No, it doesn't say it. I guess I haven't logged into Facebook, so it won't let me see much. But it's not sold. Yeah, it's
interesting.
it's pretty modified. It has coilovers.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, there's probably some crazy shit going on with this thing because like this should be worth like, I mean, it's pretty rough in the interior, but it should be worth at least 35, 40. So 20 grand plus the wheels is like really.
Has
really
it been
nice.
up for a while? Or just 4 days ago?
4 days. I think this would go really. I think this will go a crack-free dash too. I think this will go really fast. Because I don't know.
Pedals are not stock.
No, yeah, this guy lost a lot of money in the market or something, and I was trying to sell it and get some gains back.
And steering is nerdy or something.
Yeah, it's an aftermarket steering wheel, aftermarket shift knob. That stuff doesn't really matter that much on like a car that isn't a museum grade thing. It's like just kind of these cars are really meant to be enjoyed at the high mileage level. Like my car is never gonna like originality doesn't matter too much, but I don't know if I had spare 20 grand laying around, I'd buy this thing in a heartbeat because just it's probably needs some work, but it's such a cool thing for the money. But that is my find.
It's almost as rare as an F40.
Yeah, which is fun to think about, right?
Yeah.
It's not an F40 price, but Vijay found an insane steal. Actually, he found this car on the side of the road.
This was shocking. Like last week when I was in Chicago, I saw one of these Zagato-bodied Lancia Fulvia Sport 1.3s parked on the street.
Fantasy junk. Oh, that's
in front of a coffee shop. Yeah. Yeah, I found out through a friend who visited Fantasy Junction recently, and they told him they expected this to go for 30, 35, but it just sold for 20. Yeah. I mean, these are like super sporting Lancias. Super nice to drive, like super characterful, and they just look gorgeous.
Yeah. And it's a Zagato bodied car for 20 grand. I mean, like speaking of that, like you could get the E28, which is just like a cool car, but like this looks like you could go to Car Week and you would kind of blend in with the
enter the
six-figure
Quail
cars.
with this.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
for sure. Oh yeah, you definitely could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Quail isn't even that hard to get into. You could definitely enter the Quail.
Look at that, like it's so nice to see. Yeah.
Yeah, I love some of these older cars like have this like kind of like pop like this. I mean, is this rear engine or front engine?
I think it's front. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's V4 front, just like the Fulvia.
V4 front.
Regular Fulvia.
Okay, so it's a Fulvia
V4.
with a different body.
Yep.
Oh, is it? Yeah, it's a Fulvia, literally.
Yep.
Okay, well, this is a crazy find. The second one, this is a car that I'm very familiar with. This is Ingo selling this, Genau Auto Works. It's the 1961 Alfa Romeo Giulietta Sprint Speciale. I, about 2 weeks ago, detailed this thing. Detailed the crap out of it. And, like, hours and hours and hours.
It looks like a flying saucer.
Yeah, I love this thing. And I've never sat in one before, so when I got to detail it, it was like a dream come true. Because whenever, like, one shows up to our shows, because there's 3 of them in the area. One's blue, one's really crusty red. Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy.
It's like those Gia Supersonic V8s or like the whole flying saucer era.
You could tell this is like that stuff that is in museums. Like that was the design study, and this is like the end result.
Yeah.
Kind of what it feels like
Disco
to me.
Volante and stuff like that. From here. Wow.
So like, I love this thing. I was honored to detail it because it's supposedly one of the nicest ones in the area. Single stage paint. Really, really easy to get done.
The pillars are like so delicate, like an eggshell. It's just drooped over.
Yeah.
Drooped over.
And sitting in this car, like you feel like it wants to like it's like not a lot of most old cars like really don't like when you sit in them. They're like, this is like the ergonomics are not very good. But like on this car, like I fit perfectly in it. Like I feel like I could like drive this car hard and not really like worry about it too much, which is awesome. And I hope it goes for a lot of money. I know they're hoping for a lot. Actually, I think they're hoping that this breaks records for a Sprint Speciale, which it could. I mean, it's nicely restored, like very, very cleanly restored, and freshly detailed by yours truly. So, that is
like probably my favorite Alpha to own just by the looks of it.
Yeah, and honestly, I think I probably wouldn't choose red. I would choose a different color. I think. Because they're probably all
sky blue.
Sky blue. There's one in the area that's sky blue.
It
comes to a lot of some shows, and that one is a looker. Maybe I'm a sky blue guy. I'm starting to realize that. Wow. Now that I'm thinking about it, if I were to order a Boxster S, a new one, probably would be sky blue. Huh. Yeah. Now I'm learning more about myself. But yeah, I hope it goes for a lot of money. It definitely is deserved. But yeah. Lastly, as always, we have a Vault Member Discord find. So if you're a member and you find a marketplace thing, make sure you put it in the Discord so we could shout it out every so often. But the Vault members this week found a 1974 VW Beetle camper. So I picked this one out of the group specifically because I can just imagine what this thing must be like to drive. It probably has 50 horsepower, and it has an entire house on it.
It's a shed with a motor.
Yeah, and where is the motor? It's probably underneath the bed, right?
Oh.
So this is a huge. I mean, I just think it's hilarious that this
It's
exists.
like a Top Gear sort of build.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Top Gear adventure build.
So this is wild. Oh, you know what? This is a Boxer engine, so this is a Subaru. So it's probably way better. But anyway, this is an awesome build. I think it's funny that it exists, and I think it's funny that it's for sale. This is way too much money, $17,000. This is probably worth $6,000, I think. But hey, to each their own. Maybe someone will bring it by and buy it. It'd be awesome. And these mirrors don't do anything. Guarantee these mirrors don't do anything. Yeah. But that is the marketplace finds for this week. Comment down below what you guys think about a VW camper.
It's a moving chicane.
Yeah,
On the
and
highway.
Exactly. All right, so once again, keeping it with Monterey Car Week this week, the scenario is all about it. So Monterey Car Week is upon us. Literally, it's in 4 or 5 days. At the time of you watching this, it's literally tomorrow. So that's cool. So what is your perfect Car Week car to take you in between all the events, straight up? And you know the answer that I'm going to pick. This is my answer to every question, I think.
Wow.
Mercedes Maybach 62S bicolor.
Is it a Longulate? What is it?
No, just the longest. So if I can find a picture.
Wow.
57. No, I want the 62. So basically, the Maybach 57 and the Maybach 62 are just the same car, but one is longer. It has a twin turbo V12. It's based off the 2005 S class, but the W140 S class chassis is underneath it because the 140 chassis is better built than the other ones. So it's a 140 underneath with a 220 body on it. So the more futuristic. So in 2005, imagine the S class. They put the body from the future generation on this car, and then the chassis from the previous generation on the car, and kind of mashed it up. I've driven these before. They're insane.
Wouldn't it be a little bit difficult to park with all the
but it doesn't matter. The thing is about one of these cars, so I saw last year, I saw 2 of them come up. It was two pulled up, both with the same dealer plate. One was bicolor green, two-tone greens like the wagon, and one was just black. And they were both 62s, extremely long, in person, massively long, next level long.
So you want to be chauffeured in it, or do you want to drive it?
I want to drive it because the thing is funny. But I think that the thing is, if you were to pull up in a two-tone green 62 to any event at Car Week except Pebble Beach, they would just let you park anywhere. You could just go park in the grass. So that's what it's the perfect, because it's comfortable. It's an automatic, so you're not stalling. You're not overheating probably because the car is in good shape, hopefully. Air conditioning, you look like a super villain, so everyone thinks you're something special, and you get into you don't have to worry about parking your truck size S-Class anywhere because you just get put in anywhere. So that's my choice. That's always my choice, and it's a personal mission of mine to own another 57 at some point in my life within the next 20 years, because I really want one, because I think they're so crazy. The one I had was burgundy over black, two-tone paint, and it was awesome. And I literally felt like Batman driving it around, except for it had a lot of issues, but they all do. So what is your choice?
I think I'll just go with that Zagato, the $20,000 Zagato.
Yeah, well, it's really like we were saying before, that $20,000 basically gets you $140,000 vibe.
I could actually do it. Realistically speaking.
Yeah, and it really does feel like if you think about the 356 Zagatos, they kind of look pretty similar because it's a similar design, and that 356 Zagato is a couple $100,000, and obviously it's a Porsche badge and everything, but you drive around in that car during Car Week and everyone you don't blend in. You're not just like typical red Ferrari 328 guy or 308. You're like in this really crazy thing. That's a good choice. Except for you might be annoyed in traffic, like grinding your clutch and overheating.
Yeah, maybe.
But I guess that's part of the experience.
It's gonna be easier to park though.
Yeah, way easier to park than the 62. I bet you could put 4 Lancias side by side, and the 62 is still longer.
Or like 8 beats.
Yeah, probably like 15 beats. It's crazy how long this thing is. It's like ridiculous. Like I hope you see one in person tomorrow or next week. It's crazy. Short episode is coming to a close. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave a comment down below if you found it fun. Comment down below what your most iconic Car Week car to drive around to the events. It's very important that it's, everyone's picking F40, but I guarantee you don't want to sit in traffic in an F40, like in the Monterey Car Week traffic. So pick your favorite ideal car to take you in between.
And which events you'll be attending.
Yeah, which events you'll be attending. And quick fire, what events are you going to go to next week?
Definitely Monterey Reunion, Rolex Reunion. Because, I just love seeing race cars being used in the way they are rather than being parked on a grass golf course. So I prefer Rolex Reunion over the concourse. So I'll definitely attend that. And then the VALT show is always an amazing crowd. Just keep, coming in and out. So you'll see all sorts of stuff. The best free event, probably, the VALT show. And also the Lemons, which is across the street, which is the antithesis to the concourse. Because if you have a sense of humor, you'll find Lemons to be really funny.
Yeah, I'm definitely making it a personal goal to get to the track this year because I didn't get to go at all last year because I just didn't have time. And I'm going to the Quail. I was able to scrape tickets up that were very expensive, but they're the cost of the ticket, so at least I didn't get scalped tickets, which is nice. We're doing Pebble, which is going to be fun. And then honestly, I'm just trying to do a lot of dinners with members, hang out at the house, go to auctions, and just kind of chill out. Have as much relaxed fun as possible, because if you're too structured at Car Week, it's like you try to get to too many things, it's just not fun anymore. But yeah, that's it. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you not next week because we'll be at Car Week, but the week after. All right. See you later.